dumbest person you've ever met. I thought I could handle medical school until I got paired with Kaylee for our anatomy project. The professor randomly assigned partners, and she immediately turned to me with this huge grin. Perfect. I hate medical stuff, so you can just do everything and I'll add my name later. I couldn't believe what I was hearing since we're literally studying to become doctors. I told her we needed to work together equally, but she started laughing like I'd said something hilarious. My dad owns half the hospitals in this city, and my uncle runs the medical board, so I don't need to actually learn any of this boring anatomy crap to become a doctor. Then she dropped the most insane line I've ever heard. Look, you clearly need good grades to get anywhere, but I already have my residency guaranteed through family money, so just do all the work and we'll both get credit. I knew arguing was useless, so I came up with a devious plan instead. I smiled sweetly and told her I'd handle all the research if she did the actual lab work, and presented our findings to the medical professors. She practically bounced with excitement because she thought she was getting the easy job while I did all the hard studying. For 2 weeks, I created the most ridiculous fake medical report any doctor would instantly spot as complete nonsense. I drew detailed pictures of hearts with 7 chambers that pumped blood backwards, lungs sitting in people's stomachs instead of their chests, and brains that somehow worked faster than computers. Everything looked super professional with fancy medical terms and colorful charts that would trick someone who knew nothing about medicine. While she thought I was helping her, I was actually doing the real project separately and submitting it under just my name. The day before presentations, Kaylee texted me saying, "This research looks amazing and so professional, we're totally getting the best grade in the whole class." I texted back that everything was perfect, and she should feel confident about presenting our groundbreaking discoveries. Presentation day came, and Kaylee showed up in an expensive white coat with her last name stitched in gold letters, ready to impress everyone with her family connections. When our turn came, she walked confidently to the front of the room full of real doctors and medical students. She started her slideshow by announcing that our project had made incredible medical breakthroughs that would revolutionize modern medicine and probably win Nobel Prizes. I sat in the back watching as she confidently explained how we discovered that human hearts actually have 7 chambers arranged in spirals that make blood flow backwards through the body at twice the normal speed. Students around me started whispering and exchanging confused looks while the doctors leaned forward, concerned and alarmed. She kept going with complete authority, telling everyone that lungs are naturally supposed to be located in people's stomachs, and that every medical textbook for the past 300 years has been documenting organ placement completely wrong. The room got eerily quiet as she moved to her next slide, showing nervous systems that supposedly transmit signals faster than lightning and somehow allow humans to think at superhuman speeds. One student behind me whispered, "Is she serious right now?" while a resident in the front row actually stood up and started walking toward the exit. Kaylee noticed none of this and continued presenting our revolutionary discovery, that human stomachs actually digest food in reverse chronological order, starting with waste products and ending with nutrients. By the time she finished explaining how we found evidence that human blood naturally flows upward against gravity through some previously unknown biological force, half the medical students were staring in horror, and the attending physicians looked like they'd witnessed a medical catastrophe. She concluded her presentation by suggesting that all current medical practices should be immediately revised based on our groundbreaking anatomical findings. When she finished to complete silence, our professor slowly stood up and asked, "Can you explain exactly how you discovered these revolutionary findings?" Without hesitating for even a second, Kaylee pointed straight at me and said, "My partner did all the boring lab work and research. I just focused on making the presentation look good and professional." The professor's eyes locked onto me with this intense stare, so I raised my hand calmly and said, "Actually, sir,
To continue, tap the arrow in the bottom right corner and copy the link, then tap the CapCut icon in the bottom left. Finally, click the red button.
When I pulled out the tampon in front of her, she actually gagged. "We need to admit you," she said, covering her mouth. "Hospital day 1, IV